Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Vette, but also let's talk about the title first. Holy smokes, 50,000 subscribers. I really never thought I'd be here. When I first started this channel back in 2006, I was creating it for paintball videos and also later on escalating into me working on RC cars. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun doing that and entertaining you guys with that stuff, which it was mainly just videos for myself, just little vlogs almost of me going and ripping cars around, RCs before I could actually afford the real ones. And then I got the Mazda 3, and that's where all my little crazy shenanigans started, where I put performance engine mounts inside of a Mazda 3, which was hindsight 2020, not a good idea. The whole car would literally be at a stoplight and you'd want to throw up. If you were any bit nauseous, that car would make you chuck. I will tell you that now. So if you're ever doing a non-performance build and it's not going to be a track car, don't go throw, I think it was like 88 or 90 Durameter engine mounts in, which was pretty much just a solid engine mount at that point. So other than that, it escalated to me sometimes while I was traveling, throwing up some videos and trying to see if I could even become a travel vlogger a little bit and just play with that sort of scene. Again, didn't really take off. Not many people viewed the videos, and those that did, it was a very saturated. At the time, you had Fun for Louie, because you also had Food for Louie. You had Steve Booker, Ben Brown, all of them. They were all doing it. And don't get me wrong, they were doing a lot of it, and it was really, really well put together. And I was like, man, I want to be like these guys. And you know what? In the end, I'm glad that I did it, because I go back and I will cringe at some of the stuff that I watched, but other things, it's good memories. So that and VidCon, remember I filmed that as well, but that was a little bit later. Also, of course, the other videos, which like the Samsung video and a couple other ones, which really skyrocketed the channel. It's really crazy looking back now and seeing just the little moments of little peaks. Even, what was that one? It was my brothers. They were with me and we created that 3D split screen video. If you look at my most popular videos, it'll pop up, where we took the two blue lenses out of one 3D glass and then the two reds. So that way you could split the two levels of 3D, and instead of having split screen gaming, you'd each have a full screen. It was known as dual play at the time, and really cool. LG ended up capitalizing on it, so did Sony. And yeah, just little things like this. It kind of escalated into this. The Mazda 3 was my first kind of taste of how to film. And it was a big learning curve. And I had to get used to commenters. Like, I'm sure I might get some on here too, where they would just thrash you, because everyone has their own way of doing it, and their way is like they've got some sort of God syndrome, and it has to be this exact way. And if it isn't, then it's the wrong way. And as you age into the YouTube space, you realize you're going to get maybe a few good comments. You never know what's going to happen. So yeah, I couldn't complain. I guess that's the best way to put it. I can't complain. There we go. About where I've come with the channel. It just seems like it's escalated to another level every time I blink. And I've just tried to make sure I've always kept it as a hobby. Would it be nice to do YouTube for a living? Probably, but at the same time, I think even if I made enough to do that, I'd always want to do something else, because I don't want it to be something where I take the fun out of it. This has always just been fun for me. And the moment it becomes work, I don't know. It'd be that really hard state where I do certain other things for work because it feels like work, although I still enjoy doing it. This doesn't feel like work to me, and I feel like if I did it in a work environment, I would learn to hate it very quickly. Yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, 41 million views. I just looked that up too. So I hit 41 million views, 1,333 videos. Where did I get all that time? You just think of it, and if you ever listen to other YouTubers, they'll tell you just have to continuously put out, and that's literally it. Just keep putting out content and show passion. That's all I can say. Yeah, let's quickly go into the car. So let's flip this around. A lot of people are probably going to say, hey, Rich, what about the turbos? What's going on right now? I'm in talks with UPP. We've had a couple phone calls now, and they're going to call me back. They're fabricating up the downpipe, and they're fabricating up the brackets, and they're fabricating up the thermostat housing and all that other stuff. So that way, it just saves me and my welder a lot of time, because Dan is actually quite booked up right now, and he was going to fabricate some of this. He might be stopping by this weekend. If he does, maybe I'll film that up so you guys can see what we talk about there. But that's where we're on hold with the build. After we get those parts, it's simply I send this stuff off to Cerakote, get everything Cerakoted, and then from there we should be good to bolt everything up, and going into the new year, get it on the dyno. That's my plan anyway. Again, if you have never done a car project like this, then you don't know how much it sucks to try and get all of these companies to work together to build a schedule, because one company will always let down the schedule, and then you have to reschedule everything else. It's just how it goes, unfortunately. And it's no one's real fault, except for life happens. And I think kind of growing up is realizing that everyone's got their issues, and you never know what someone else is going through, so don't automatically jump down their throat. Either way, that's my little bit of a rant, I guess, but also knowledge about working on cars and projects like this. Unless you have every single part, which is good luck, in front of you, and it's battle tested, you can't really put a timeline on these kind of projects. I'm sure if you're following me, or if you follow DDE or any of those guys, you'll definitely see, like, they'll say one thing, hey, it'll be ready in 2 weeks. And then it's like 3 months later, and other things like that. Look at the F12 project. They're like, oh, we want to get it ready for Cena. And that was like Cena last year, and now it's past Cena again. It's just, things happen. And it's totally worth it in the end. So either way, thanks again for watching. I can't believe it once again. It's surreal to me. I keep going back to my old videos, and half the time I'm just like, oh, like, pretty sure I have like an extra vein here just from cringing so hard that it just wants to rip out of my neck like some sort of Star Trek villain. But either way, let's not go there. Again, thanks again for watching. Thanks again for continuing to watch. And I cannot wait to see where this channel goes. Have a great day.